Good morning, everyone. My name is Emilio Tinajero, and in my final project, I'll be analyzing the different scenarios I would face when buying a car. In my case, finances and sportiness are the two main factors. So the first thing my car must have is a manual transmission. First of all, I have driven this type of cars for over a decade now, so I have built like a connection with stick shifts. Also, because automatic cars, well, its computer doesn't know or takes wild guesses of what I'm gonna do. In a stick shift, I can say, okay, I want to go slower. I'm gonna go faster. I'm gonna, as I feel, I have like a complete dominance of what I'm doing to the car. Also, fuel economy. This is like a very important topic as well, as I am currently a student and I am working as a new fresher, you know that we don't have high income jobs. So I wanna take care of my finances and save as much fuel as I can. Also average speed. Yeah, I am a speed person. I like fast cars, but I also enjoy saving fuel. I don't wanna spend what would it be like around $60 each week. I prefer a more saving fuel car. And finally, it must not be that luxurious. This is due to some security issues we're having in Mexico. We don't get to buy SUVs like a Grand Cherokee, for example, or any pickup, any Ram, Lobo. Well, as they are the ones, well, the pickups are basically for criminals. And if someone watches me, spots me in one of those, the most probable, the thing that would happen is that they will steal my car and maybe do something to my to my persona, or to my family. So I would like to avoid that issue. So as I said before in the first slide, sportiness and taking care of my finances are the two biggest factors I'm taking into consideration. So these are my car options. First, the Volkswagen Virtus, the Jetta, Passat, Mazda 3, and Honda Civic. They all are like sport cars, but miniature. They are not like an Alfa Romeo, a Camaro, because safety issues we have in Mexico. Also, as I said in my last assignments, I would prefer buying a not that new car, but also not that old car. I prefer to stay in the middle, in which I get to have a car of the year, maybe 3 years old, but not 10 years old, because also maintenance costs will rise like a lot. So the car I chose was the Volkswagen Virtus, and I considered three different scenarios. The first one is no down payments. In this case, I would pay almost $300 for about 4 years or for 8 months, and that would be $3,500. Then the second option is a 40% down payment. In my case, I would use my current car as down payment, so I doesn't suffer that much. In this case, I would pay $175, which is more than 100 dollars lower than the first option, which is quite a lot. That would represent about 25% of the average monthly income in my country. Then the third option would be a 4% down payment. As I said, I would use my current car and a more aggressive pay. In this case, I'm paying $220, which is what would it be? 25, like $40 more, like the second option. The advantage of this is that I get to pay off my car 1 year earlier, so I just pay during 3 years. And my total interest also are like the half of the first option. I would just pay 1,500 dollars of interest. So my final decision, I would go with third scenario, which is the 40% down payment, which is my current car, and a more aggressive monthly payments. This is because as I'm also a student and I'm working, I have minimum expenses. so I can assign more budget to my loan car with my car loan. Also, it avoids the car of depreciating even more, which is something that I value quite a lot. Finally, the conclusion. Longer loans mean more interest. Down payment does help reducing interest, as we saw before. The difference before the first scenario and the third scenario is almost half of the interest. In the first one, I am paying about $3,000, and in the third option, I am paying half of it. Basically, that would be it. I would prefer paying as much money as I can in the shortest term possible.